Nah, goodness gracious. Fellas, what's going on? Salutations. Good morrow. How you fellas doing? What's up?
That's a lot of there. You must have been enjoying some mashed potatoes. I know it wasn't French fries.
He's already starting. He's already starting.
I was gonna say broasters. I was gonna say broasters, but he took it from me, man.
Jack Farmer has no time for pleasantries.
No.
Man.
No.
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking. I'm good.
You good? Everything good? How you doing, Jackie boy? You good, man?
Oh man, I'm doing good. It's still nice out here in California. The weather's still nice, but it's not that blistering hot. I feel like it has been for the past few months. So it's feeling good. I love it. Life's great.
Yeah, fall's my favorite time of year, man. I must say, man. In any place that I'm at, man, I like fall. Get that nice little breeze, you know what I'm saying? Little cooler air, you know what I mean? Everything feeling good. Well, what's going on with the restrictions and things like that? Are things lessening, or are things the same, or things getting bigger? How's that working out with the social distancing thing?
Well, as far as I can tell, every county is on a color-coded system, ranging from green all the way to LA counties, which is purple, which is a color that's so red it's black.
That dude is black.
Yeah, same things apply, man. You go eat al fresco and outside. Barbershops are open for indoors, but there's also every company's doing their own set of restrictions as far as like flow of traffic and everything. But you can't like go to movie theaters anymore like the way we used to, that sort of thing.
It's interesting. I feel like it's very much like the speed limit, where like there's rules and there's a limit you're supposed to go by, but everyone just kind of feels what they're supposed to do based on where they're at, you know? The speed limit may say 60 on the freeway, but you just kind of like, what's everyone else driving? Okay, I'll kind of fit in with whatever that is.
Gotta just do whatever the hell you want to do.
They can't pull us all over. Oh, wait, they can. Oh.
I mean, that is how it feels, right or wrong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It just, it feels very much like people are kind of like in some place, people are like, let's just have a barbecue with everyone coming over. And other places are like, no, don't leave your living room. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So y'all heard you talking a little bit about Bob Dylan. Can you explain to me why Bob Dylan is good?
Why he's good?
Yeah.
Well, it depends, because if you talk about his voice, it's acquired taste. I don't feel I was ready to like bump Bob Dylan in the car. I'm like, yo, Bobby D, you the groove. But like he's written so many songs and influenced so many other people. If you don't necessarily like him, you can't deny his influence. And in a lot of ways, like
true example,
like if you were somebody like, oh man, I didn't like Michael Jackson's voice, like '90s R&B.
What up, boo?
Wouldn't be '90s R&B without him. You know what I mean? So
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think just from a pure performance standpoint for Bob Dylan, I think Flobo's right. I don't think he'd win The Voice if he was on it today. But I always say there's certain artists when they sing, it's because you can tell they feel it when they sing. And I think he's one of those guys that feels his songs. I always felt like Alicia Keys is kind of the same way, where when she sings, she's not like just singing, but she's actually singing about something for real with her life. And so
best part about Amazing Spider-Man 2 was that track with Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's on again. Whoa.
She's Alicia Keys. And like I said, I feel like Bob Dylan's the same, where like whenever there's a song about a significant other, it's not just words. Like there's an actual person it's about. And that's what I think makes them kind of stand out.
I was on the I'm not the biggest Will Five Stud Muffin. What up, Meg? What up, Care Bear? Ozzy, oi. Yeah, I was I'm not the biggest Bob Dylan fan. I was on the celebrity name game, and what cost us the game perhaps was me not being able to describe Bob Dylan to someone else.
Ooh,
he actually came back and haunted me for 10 G's or so.
He haunted you, but you couldn't hear what he was saying.
I was like,
in the
booze and the peas and the birds and the scared. I was like,
it's Bob Dylan.
I was like, he has the guitar, he plays the guitar, he's a singer. And they were like, who?
John Mayer.
And it was like, and they were like, Bob Dylan. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You could not win that at all.
Oh, man.
It was so bad.
You're like, yeah?
Yo, man, listen, I like to wake everybody to Everything Tournament Part 6, man. We're going to finish out round 1, do a little bit of round 2. And before we get it started, Jack Farmer, I don't know if you want to tell the people whole anything, man. We got some things going on. I think you want to talk about something, man. He looked like he wanted to talk.
I want to talk about this.
Where'd he go?
He disappeared.
Hey, where'd he go? What happened? How come my camera turned off?
Cut the mic.
Is it back?
What's
going on?
happening?
Here's
You
what you
know
don't
what?
want to drink, guys. Don't drink.
Okay, you know what? This is what
Damn.
happens. You get these cheap webcams here, and they don't do the job. Like that cheap coffee you get at the grocery store. If you want to get the kind of stuff that gets you up and going for the day, you gotta go get the good stuff. And that's found at www.thebroasters.com. Using promo code BROCODE1, you get a discount. You can get caffeinated coffee, decaffeinated coffee, all sorts of flavors, regardless of what you like. It's available. Check it out at www.thebroasters.com. Promo code BROCODE1.
Damn.
Hold on. Before we start,
What up, Flobo? What up, baby?
I just want to know, my man Jack had a webcam that turned heel on him, and he cut a promo on coffee. Yo, Broasters, you need to sign this man because he made it work. What is wrong with y'all?
Listen, Broasters, stop messing around and sign this man up. He buried Logitech and put over Broasters at the same time.
It was Logitech.
I know.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Jim. Shout out to DJ Reckless. What up, Filipino? What up, baby? It's very interesting, man. Yeah, Dylan. If you're gonna Google the episode, man, listen, we won, but we lost the final round, man. We won, but when we didn't win. You know what I mean? It was and what's it called? Betty Ford Clinic got me too, man. I couldn't try Betty Ford. They with all due respect, when it comes to celebrity name game, you're at the mercy of the celebrity. Now, that's the monkey wrench. Me and Heidi, we're a well-oiled machine. I can say pink, and she'll be like, "Oh, he's talking about Kimberly from Power Rangers." Like I could just say a color, you know what I mean? Like
I was gonna try it just now. I'm like,
yeah, with celebrity name game, I gotta be like, listen, no, it was a thing in the place, in the what, in the how. She was like, and they were like, what? I was like, oh my god. I did this. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do this for you guys right now. I'm gonna do this for you. Okay, famous spring-like toy from back in the day. Bang.
Slinky.
Do you see that?
What
You see how easy that was
Slinky,
for you?
yeah.
I said famous spring-like toy. What?
Yeah.
I didn't
Time
have
just
toys.
burning.
Oh.
Time just burning. I'm like, oh my god, man, it's a Slinky, man.
It's kayfabe, bro. You got kayfabe.
And I couldn't. I think it was me. I just could not. I don't know if did you go first or did I go first?
You did. You went first.
Yeah, I remember that's where
clean up.
that's where I got stuck. Yeah, because I couldn't figure out a way to describe clinic, like the Betty Ford Clinic, without saying Betty. I was like, because like the Max, we don't do drugs. Like it's a rehabilitation center, so like I don't have that in the back of my mind.
Reinforce the brand, Heidi. Reinforce the brand.
Yo, if it would have been there, I'm drug free. I'd have been able to do that.
Yeah, I was like,
It's funny because I was on the show called 25 Words or Less,
rough,
which you
right?
can find on.
Oh, I've seen a couple of clips of that.
Under
Yeah.
my government name, and but the thing is the same thing. You were celebrities. You're telling them, you're giving them
Yes.
clues, and you have
At
to
their
guess what it
mercy.
is. So here's the deal. Here's a clue I had, and guys listening or girls listening on time. This is what I said. You have to come up with what I'm thinking of. I go, internet video site. Oh, I don't have
YouTube.
YouTube. How hard is YouTube? It's like,
Wow.
come on, you know.
So before we get this thing started, man, I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. Appreciate everybody for joining us, man. We were doing. I was on another game show. It was like there's a website. You know, I forget the game show where you have to. It's a celebrity panel, and you had to figure out if they're telling the truth or telling a lie or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I'm sitting on there and like, listen, I'm not even going. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It was me and this one white guy, and there was like a panel full of black folks, and I swear to you.
Can never trust the white guy on a panel.
Until it was too late. I didn't realize the black celebrity panel was trying to help me win the whole time. So they were giving them stuff that sounded like lies, but the black folks, every single black person was trying to help me, and I didn't know until the end. To tell the truth, very well, Vesper. I'm saying at the very, very end, when I didn't trust the black lady for like the fourth time, she's like, she like the cameras. We went to commercial break. She's like, I was trying to help you. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Wow, it's like a Jordan Peele movie.
Yo, I swear, she was like, yo,
Get out, Evan.
We like locked eyes from like 25 feet. She's like, bruh. Like, bruh.
You don't want this money. You don't want this
I'm
money.
like, I didn't know, man. I'm sorry. We got to stick together more, black
She
people.
put a Bob Dylan curse on you. That's what she did.
Yeah, get the trees in the birds, and see the head. In the trees.
say words together, make it sound intelligent.
Ah, we hate Bob Dylan, man.
Like
Best
this is what's
Martino!
funny. This is what's funny is before like Evan and I are even like together, you know, or whatever. we just find out later that we're like, oh, another reason why we're married. We both hate Bob Dylan.
Hate Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
We don't hate him as a person.
Poor Bob
his
Dylan.
talent.
I'm gonna stand up
Just
for
his
Bob
talent.
Dylan.
Why don't they act like me? I try really hard.
He live in the max, in the max, in the trees, in the birds. I'm like, shut the hell up.
Why they hate him?
He does seem like one of those guys that would sing everything he tries to say to you. Like you're like, hey, how's it going, Bob? Be like, I'm doing well in the house.
Reckless. Yo, let's get this bad boy started, man. Why you setting things up? Let me run it down real quick, man. First, listen, we're in round 2. We're still in round 1. So but round 2 so far shaping up to be good, man. We got Spider-Man, the character, the comic book character, versus DuckTales, the cartoon. The great John Williams, the famous composer, versus the grilled cheese sandwich. We got the great Kato from Green Hornet versus Amy Jo Johnson, Boo Thang, Kimberly from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We got Storm, the great Storm from X-Men versus Mashed Potatoes. We got the film 21 Jump Street with the great Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum versus Dean Cain. And now the Oscars has got to go against something, and it's going to be very interesting, very spicy. All of y'all votes matter. This Neve, what up, Boot Thang? Little cutie pie.
Yes, she is.
We got the great Dylan Matthews has a veto that he is tucked away securely in his back pocket. He has it tucked away like in a kangaroo pouch. You know what I mean?
No kangaroo, just a pouch.
You know, because he's Australian. Y'all get it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But he got it tucked away. Will he use it tonight? I'm not so sure. But y'all know I got until like 8:45 and LeBron James is on. And I need 15 minutes of decompression time.
How many games are left? 2?
Hopefully only 2 damn games left.
Okay.
Hopefully only 2 damn games.
You've been doing a countdown for the past 2 months. I was kind of
LeBron James.
Has anyone else won a title with 3 teams? Like as
No.
the guy?
No,
I mean, I'm
no
sure
one in
there's
history.
some like
Only 2.
bench
Only 2.
guy that's
See,
He
Ratliff,
would be the first ever, and I need him to get that other accolade. Hold on, we got you ready, baby?
Oh yeah.
Girl, go on in.
I've been ready. You
We're
can
buying
talk.
time for you, girl. Let's go. Get the
I've been
birds in
ready.
the trees.
Let's
in the
go,
sky.
Oh
Simba.
my god. So as you know, Bob Dylan will never be on here unless it's a Flobo pick.
Thanks. Oh wait,
Just
can
letting
this
y'all-
be my Kurt Russell? Can I play in the tournament now?
Oh my God.
Bob Dylan.
Flobo's doing
Yo, Bob Dylan wins the everything tournament. I'm done with the tournament for like a year and a half. Man.
So long, pop music. It's all Bob Dylan from now on. Woohoo!
In the birds, in the trees. Look,
That'd be the ultimate justice if Bob Dylan knocks out pop music from
Oh
the
my! That would be
everything
like,
tournament.
I wouldn't even be mad because, with all due respect, like pop music is a little too broad. At least I know what Bob Dylan brings to the table. Like I wouldn't even be that mad about that. I'm telling
He
you.
would
Pop
leave the
music is
table, but he
broad.
brings something to the table.
I said, like it was for goodness sakes, man. They consider Drake pop, so you know pop is broad as hell, man. Come on now, good lord, man. She's saying, my girl left me. I go, Drake, you're rich now. Stop talking about that girl in high school. This is not Degrassi.
But you took my hoodie. Hey, hey.
He's like, girl, my girl left me. I go, 20 years ago.
So, I mean, yeah, so
I have a feeling that girl would take you back now.
Like,
You
I-
boss that
I
died
don't-
20
I
years
don't
ago,
wanna
Evan.
back
25 years ago.
He's like, I don't want to back no. I ain't. Like, shut up. Hold on, wait. I love Drake. Listen, so what's go ahead, babe. What's next?
all right, it is also boo for Jay Kalenko, like and Bobby.
Boo.
Boo. All right.
Hey, he bought a
reality
t-shirt. He's
show.
dope. He bought a
Some
t-shirt.
Bobby
I
D.
love him.
Some Bobby D, I like that.
Reality show.
Oh wow.
All right. 90 Day Fiance versus Big Brother. Who wants to begin today?
Mackie.
Okay, yeah,
Evan.
it's interesting, man, because I'm not a reality show guy, to be honest with you. And what bothers me, like when I got ruined by reality shows by one of my past clients back in the day when they were like a producer for a lot of reality shows, and like Evan. Oh, like and like, oh yeah, I know. She's like the Vesper's like she perked up. That's a Canadian show. she got every single episode on DVR. Don't even lie, Vesper. Listen, so
Shout out to Kim's Convenience. That's dope.
for real. Listen. I don't know if they listen. I don't even know what they got. I don't know if they got electricity in Canada, man. I don't know what the hell's going on up there, man. But listen, so no. So it's very interesting, man. And then the producer ruined it for me. Like, yo, Evan, listen, let me tell you something. Everybody wants to get mad, but I produce these for a living, so you can know it's girl. Listen, Barry King, that's my girl right there. Joelle, Filipino.
Only Reddit,
Filipino.
Rose,
But no,
only Rose, no Ed. no Ed.
No. Listen, man. Nah, we ain't about no neck Ed. But listen, so like, it's one of those things where they were like, I hate to ruin this for you, but like every single one of these are fake and overproduced. He goes, they're fake, they're scripted, yada yada yada. So before I started watching any reality show, I was like, what reality show is the least scripted? And she was like, 90 Day Fiance. 98 Day Fiance is the least scripted because of what they have. You know, with that visa thing is a very real thing. The people seeking out people are the real thing. Because trust me, film crews and people alike are not faking going out to a third world country. They don't want to do that. So the element, the love element, is the realest part about the show. That she was like, Bachelor's fake, this is fake, that's fake, this is fake. She goes, so your job when you come to a reality show, if it's for your entertainment, she goes, cool. Knock yourself out. He goes, but don't argue with people that say they're fake because you look crazy. Because I make these shows. They're fake. Like we hire actors to be like friends in stores. You know what I mean? Like so that's when I started watching 90 Day a little bit, and it's so intriguing and so amazing to watch what people do. And the biggest takeaway I have of that show is we as Americans, we look awful on these shows. We look awful on these shows. We are the worst. We got the one we're watching right now. The girl went to Ethiopia, and she's like, I don't understand why there's not like a toilet. He's like, he's like, listen, baby, we trying to eat food out here. I don't even bathroom, shower. He's like, we trying to eat, man. Yeah. Shout out to Ji-Hoon too. Ji-Hoon, y'all know anything about that? Yo, Johnny Utah, what up, baby? Yo, listen, you know what, Johnny, you baby, careful, man. I'm closer to you than I've ever been, man. I ain't that far from North Carolina. I will come down. I ain't seen you in years, Johnny Utah. I will make the drive down there as soon as this game's over. I will drive to your doorstep. We got beef, bro. Hold on, so love you, Johnny. And like I said, I think it's just I like it because it's probably the realest reality show to watch, and people are hilarious on there. And I really think it's a really great way to highlight how ridiculous we are as a nation. And that's probably my favorite part. It kind of highlights how ridiculous we are. So when I go over places like overseas, when I used to live over in Germany as a younger man, I never realized why they viewed us a certain way till I started looking at the shows that were all in German. They're like our American shows, the Big Brothers of the world, and we're showing out, and they think we all act like this. So I kind of giggle. Whether right or wrong, that's how they view us, and it took me a while to realize why they view us the way we do. You know what I mean? So like 90 Day Fiance is just so fun, man. It's so hilarious. It's so ridiculous. It's so over the top, but a lot of it's just crazy real people. You know what I mean? So I gotta go with 90 Day Fiance. Flobo, what say you?
Man, 90 Day Fiance is actually one of the last ones I've seen. Most recent ones I've seen. I also Love Is Blind, which totally ruined my entire view on meeting people in life.
I feel you.
I forgot about that thing.
I was gonna do that one at first when I said that, but we talk about like 90 Day Fiance, like you're saying, it is kind of real in some parts, man. There is that little bit of love, especially the spin-offs, the Happily Ever After.
Before the 90 Day, Happily Ever After.
Like, what now? Happen? Yeah, right now, exactly. And here's why I did not pick that one. Because sometimes it's just real enough that says this kind of may veer into docudrama. It just might. I understand. You're talking about pure fake to pure reality, essential stuff, random people from different walks of life, quote unquote, in a house or in a workplace. It's Big Brother. They could be the real world, but Big Brother is this
real world started it all. Real world
started it all, but Big Brother is this international powerhouses. Like one's in Europe, one's in Africa. There's like different hosts host that one. There's like after shows, online streaming. You can watch it 24/7 because who has that much of a life to go? You don't want to see what people are doing if they're using a toilet in this house. I'm bored, you know. So I went with that one because
what up, baby? Go ahead. Yeah. Yo, I need y'all to let everybody vote. Give me your vote. 90 Day Fiance or Big Brother. Jack Farmer, what say you, brother?
First and foremost, man, I think you guys are showing complete disrespect to the real original reality show, the realest reality show, and that's Cops. Give some credit where credit is due.
I'm not giving that show credit. Nope.
But
not in this current climate.
Show off the air because of 2020.
You minority listen.
Not in this current climate.
I'm not a big reality show person either. But I'm going Big Brother here. And the reason is because 90 Day Fiance, I mean, there's some people who are really trying to get into America or really trying to get married and really trying to do this stuff. And this kind of makes a joke of the whole thing on reality, I think, where the people on Big Brother are having a joke made out of them, but at least it's at no one's real expense. They're getting what they want. They're on TV. Plus, I love the idea of a bunch of random strangers getting thrown into a house and locked in there until they fight it out till one's left standing. That's my favorite kind of thing. So I'm a big fan of that. that kind of stuff. I'm going Big Brother on this one. Because I prefer that. I don't know. I don't care if it's real or not.
Monge, what up, baby?
I was surprised.
Yeah, the thing about it is about the real thing that they shouldn't call it that though, because it's called reality. So that always throws me. I think it has to be a form of real. It's only taken on this life of fake because producers are scared to let things really be real. Let's be honest. If they're in an ideal world, they don't want it to be real. They don't. They want it to be controlled because there's too many variables.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, there's so many of my editing friends that they actually write the shows after it's all filmed because, unfortunately, with a 10-episode order, there has to be a drama in every episode.
Yeah.
After the break. So, like, I can't knock them because a lot of my friends get jobs that they're non-union. They don't pay them as much as TV shows. So, like, okay, everyone can eat with them, but you're right. They're not, like, real.
Yeah, that's why I just don't wish they wouldn't call them that, though, because that's the premise. And I told you if I wouldn't have to argue with real people about it being fake. Like, what the hell am I? Guys, come on now, y'all. What are we arguing about right now?
The thing about it, we're all wrestling fans. The thing that gets me is the same people that say, don't you know wrestling's fake? Are the same people who are like, have you seen the Kardashians? I can't believe they're like this. I'm like,
that's what starts. That's literally what started this argument with me and a lot of people. I go, wait a minute, are you clowning me for watching WWE and other wrestling programs? You're dogging me? You watch The Bachelor.
You know what's not fake is their athleticism, and their cardio. Or them tearing their pec or their shoulder or ending their career.
Right. At least they're doing something real,
like
in
for
live, real time. I mean, I
get dogged all the time. Yo, you know that's fake, right? I go, so's your show that you watch, but you know, Seinfeld is fake, right?
Right.
You're like, no, it's real, yo. Yo, it's looking like Big Brother. Looks like Big Brother's going to work right now.
Yeah, Big Brother is
cleaning house.
It is cleaning house pretty much. I'm surprised. I never watched it. I never got I watched like literally the first season, and that's probably goes along with my personality that I'm not a competitive person. I'm more of a person that let's all work together as one.
Vote her out. She's not.
Yeah, see.
Drama.
Get her out of here. I think
Hello, Moto. You and I are very alone, my dear, because everybody's just Big Brother.
Record,
I think Jim Jim said.
I
think Jim Jim's the 98 Fiance.
I went backwards. I got into after whatever. Happily Ever After first. It went backwards. So I respect the hell out of it, but not so much in the United States, but definitely in England, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. These things are way bigger than we give it credit for here.
Oh yeah, and if y'all ain't watched, Singletown on HBO Max is gold. It is gold. You want to talk about a reality show that's gold? It's HBO Max original Singletown with Brits. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're on the Thames, Monge.
Monge, they're on the Thames, and that's where I'm gonna meet you, Monge.
Is that before or after Utah? Are you gonna go to Utah first and fly over?
Yeah. No, the reality show that I'm into is that game Among Us. I don't know if you guys have played that, but that's all about voting each other off. And I just got into that 2 days ago.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
We have Avengers, we have God of War, we have these high-tech Spider-Man, high-tech games,
Don't get me started.
Bayonetta,
retro gaming. Yeah, you know what? How about you keep your retro game? I don't want to see none of y'all grab none of these new consoles. Get that old ass system and stick with it.
Wow.
Because that Xbox is looking spicy too. Yeah, and I want none of y'all get y'all's grubby paws on it. How dare you put
with Fall Guys? I played it on Twitch because I just wanted to see
on an Xbox. How dare you do that?
I just wanted to see
phone.
I like that much better.
That's where that is, right? But you can't play Among Us unless you have people, right?
You can.
I don't know.
Sean.
I play with strangers.
Oh, you can play with strangers.
Yeah.
So many people were like, you have to know, have a group. I'm like, I'm not gonna play this with anyone.
Let's go. Let's go. Next one. I got it. This is LeBron. All about LeBron, baby.
Oh my gosh, LeBron.
Does Kuzma get a ring? Do you believe he should?
No. Moving on.
Okay.
Hey, Olympia.
He should get a ring. If he get a ring, I should get a damn ring. Anyway.
Hey, you should. You've been advocating for LeBron for years.
LeBron. But listen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure only Dylan, Holomoto, and Jem did
Dylan Matthews is holding on tight. See, because we haven't offended Dylan Matthews yet. This is why he's not used the video. We have not given him reason. We haven't given him cause to use this coveted veto. We haven't offended him yet.
Bob Dylan coming soon.
Bob
Veto
Dylan.
swap.
Neither, Mons, neither, baby boy, neither.
No, I can't. That Fall Guys gives me anxiety. I'm like, it's. I play it for like an hour and I can't take it anymore. I was like, ugh. All right. Yeah, no, it still looks like your brother. But Dylan Matthews says it's time. It's time to go.
No, he means no. He doesn't want 90 Day Fiance to win.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
That's how you
All
speak, Dylan. That's Dylan Matthews. Code for Dylan Matthews. Right.
Code for Australian Dylan Matthews. Okay. We have superpowers number 2. We have telekinesis and shapeshifting. Why don't you take this?
Man, I forgot what I picked. It's been so long. But of those two, you know what? Like my favorite superpower of all time is teleportation. That was in Superpowers Part 1.
It's a great power.
But instead of you moving someplace else, imagine moving things with your minds, man. Like look at Superboy, tactile telekinesis, be able to move things with your mind, to amplify, to give the appearance of strength. Sometimes you want to leave your couch, right? Get yourself a nice little breeze drink, from the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Being able to use your powers for good, for neutral, and for evil, if so please, at a big scale or a small scale. It is like being strong, where you go, oh, let me help you out here with this bag of groceries. Whoops, I'm sorry, I tossed it. You can actually hone that in and focus on how you want to use it. I'm going with that one, man, all day. Telekinesis.
Wow. Jackie boy, what say you?
There are 2 very important questions I need to get answered first. First off, how powerful are we talking? Like, is this telekinesis, like, is it just as physically draining for me to lift a TV with my mind as it is physically? Or
God,
is
yeah.
it like,
Oh, God, yeah.
So I'm not actually stronger. I just have a different way of doing what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, you have to work out that brain muscle. You have to do brain
That's
cardio.
not a superpower then.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other question I have. So this isn't saying that we have these powers. These are just powers that, what if they didn't exist maybe in comic book world and movie world? And using that rationale, I'm sticking with shapeshifting because every character that has telekinesis is boring. But every character that's a shapeshifter is interesting, is cool, is sneaky, is the shapeshifters are always
the pyramid
infinitely cooler than the ones that move things with their mind. Jean Grey, blah.
What?
Boring.
She's the Phoenix.
The Phoenix is different. That's a whole different thing. The Phoenix is a whole different thing. Jean Grey,
disrespect.
boring. When you compare,
Mystique
is cool. Like they are shapeshifters from a character standpoint, from watching in a movie, read them in a book. Way more interesting than the person that moves things with their minds every time.
Now listen, I picked shapeshifting, but not at the behest and the disrespect of telekinesis. Charles,
he's kind of saying that Jedis are boring because that's kind of.
You say they poop.
No. Jedis aren't boring. Sith are cool.
I agreed.
But that's the same.
Somebody says, shake my head. Shaking my head. Legs it up. What's up, baby?
Guys, make sure you vote. This is what runs the world when you don't vote. Evil runs the world when you don't vote.
That's true. That's so true.
That's so emo.
They do though. They got their emotional. They're emotional. Listen, no, I go shapeshifting, man, because not even Mystique, because Morph's dope. I love me some Morph as well, man. Yeah, like I like Morph. Listen, you could do so many things, man, because most shapeshifters actually can take on the persona and the personality of the person they shapeshift into. So like if I got shapeshift into somebody, there's so many things you could do, man. And I also just like that ability, man, because I think at the end of the day, every now and again, unless you're really, really secure, which is fine, good for you, but at least one point in time in your life, you've thought about what it would like to be someone else. At least one time, maybe other time. Like y'all thought it'd be pretty dope to walk around like Robert Downey Jr., man. Can I sign some autographs? What's going on, Robert Downey? Maybe I can slide into the bank. Maybe I can make a withdrawal. You know what I mean? Something like that. Come on.
How that works. My God, look at Robert Downey Jr.
Your money, everything. You're like, where's your ID, sir? What's your password?
Oh, wait a minute, Sean. I don't know if that's how it works, Sean. I don't think it works like that.
That goes back to the power, though.
For like
how powerful it is.
Yeah, you don't get the exact power. You get kind of like the appearance of the powers. If you remember X-Men, how she had Wolverine's claws, but they weren't adamant.
They were poop. They were
still poop. They were poop emoji.
Yeah, that's a girl's image. Look, man, shape shifting is okay. I'm not going to say
hold on.
boring.
Okay,
I'm not going to say they're boring.
Shape is okay.
I'm not going to say they're boring, Jack. But I'm saying it's all deception. In comic books, when you're fighting crime, yeah. But I'm a content creator in my mid-30s. What the hell? What are you shape shifting for? To get more groceries? To get in the bank line quicker? Come on, man. I can move things with my mind. I can get things out of my way. I can bring things.
What the hell you want to get out your way?
That's what I'm saying,
here
though.
in LA, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you on that.
This tournament is insane. This isn't saying you get the power. They're not saying you're gifted the power of these things. If that was the case, then yeah, sure, I'll take telekinesis all day. This is saying what we live without as is in the world. And now, none of us have these powers. I don't think. Maybe you guys don't look the way you come across on TV.
I don't look like this. I've been holding.
It's totally different when you guys, off camera.
I'm actually Scottish. No,
I'm like
So the only way we see these things is in movies and books. And I think that I would take the characters that have the shape-shifting abilities over the ones that don't any day of the week. Now, if it was me getting powers, yeah, I'd take the ability to lift things with my minds and read people's minds and do all this crazy stuff. But we're not gifted these powers just because it goes through. So
you know what, Jack? You sound like the guy that reads the instructions before we play Monopoly. Come on, dude. What's your mind? Whatever.
The thimble gets an extra 500
right. What's winning
I would
right
use
now?
telekinesis to tell all the animals, "Hey, I'm okay. I won't hurt you. I love you." I'm like, come, let me pet you.
Aquaman.
Serious? I wouldn't mind being Aquaman.
What's winning? Who's winning? What's winning?
It's hard. There's a lot of votes actually going on for.
Also,
I thought it was shape shifting, but now I see telekinesis more. So now I thought it was shape shifting. So let me see here. Hold on.
Telekinesis includes reading minds, right? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, it's telekinesis.
Well, that's telepathy.
That's telepathy.
Oh, that is telepathy.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Is telekinesis literally just moving things?
Yeah, basically.
It's having energy with your mind. So you can
With your
move
mind,
it.
yeah. So moving, yep.
I
So
was
not
combining
necessarily-
those.
You don't necessarily have that mind reading ability, though.
Yeah.
So,
hold on. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I just say again, we assume that this is some super powerful telekinesis. Also, like, what if it's weak telekinesis? What if you break out into sweat, bringing a pencil over to you from across the desk? Right?
So what if it's shape shifting, but you
cares?
can get the eyes right, like Ditto the
Yo,
Pokemon?
no,
We don't know that.
shape-shifting would be hard to concentrate and do, though.
Yeah. If I could
my
shapeshift a
God.
mustache anytime I want, worth it.
Have you not seen The Boys? Come
Yeah,
on,
because I can't grow a beard, so I would just shape shift a beard. I'd be like,
Just like
James Harden, is that you? Back in
if I could just change my hair situation anytime I wanted, and that was the extent of the power, win. It's a win.
Thinking about it all the time, every day. Oh,
Yes.
this is nice. Cornrows, Jack cornrows.
but you know you're wasteful. You know you're wasteful if you waste it on like just facial accessories. You're just a disgrace.
I'm a superhero.
Jack, did you lose weight? Yeah. Just don't
Okay,
ask me to do any math.
It's telekinesis.
What?
By one.
Wow.
By one. Yep.
Wow.
And donuts. Yeah.
Yes. Throw donuts to telekinesis.
Telekinesis with the dub.
Yeah, that one was hard. There's a lot of words, a lot of chatting on that one. All right.
Disappointed in you, chat.
Real.
I know.
Jack, you do have a veto.
He does have a veto.
I do have a veto. I'm holding on to it though. Not quite yet.
So does
Not
Dylan.
quite yet.
Man.
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to see what Dylan's doing.
All right. So now we have modern video game franchise: God of War versus Grand Theft Auto. Jack, why don't you start?
So this is a tough one because these are both such good gaming franchises. I love them both. Right now, God of War is kind of like the big Mac Daddy blockbuster movie franchise of video games right now. I think whenever they release a God of War, it's a statement moment. It's not just like any other game. It's bigger than anything else. That said, there have been times when Grand Theft Auto was also that big statement game. But there's something about Grand Theft Auto that just feels cooler. It feels like it's more influential, like it lasts longer. I mean, there's been Congress hearings about the content that goes into Grand Theft Auto. It's gone beyond just video games. And so if I have to pick one that we keep forever, I got to go with Grand Theft Auto because it's the first game that let us really say I can do whatever I want. And that's an experience I don't think any other game has really been able to match as far as innovation goes in that realm.
Yo, what up, Kevin Correa? Yeah, appreciate y'all's votes. It's a landslide right now for Grand Theft Auto. That just goes to show me a lot of you haters ain't played God of War before. But that's neither. I can sense it. I can sense it. Yeah, God of War is the greatest video game I've ever played in my entire life, bar none. It is the most perfect video game I've ever played. The newest God of War game is the first game in the history of all video games to never have a cutscene with a load time. They figured out how to way to transition with load time while they have the game. That set the tone. Now, because of God of War, most video games are going to try that with the new consoles. That's what took almost a decade to do. They made a video game that you didn't see load times. It's literally like a continuous shot. It was like watching Birdman. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life from a storyline perspective. And the new one coming out, Ragnarok, is going to be even better. I understand the love affair with Grand Theft Auto. I really do. It's a pretty cool game. The newest game is the best one they've ever done by far. By far the best one they've ever done with the multiple storylines connecting and responding. Graphics are the best they've ever been. Storylines the best they've ever been. Downloadable content is the best it's ever been. Stock market plan the best it's ever been. It's a truly good game. You know what I mean? If you play the stocks right in the damn game, you can get rich. It's brilliant. It's like never ever gonna touch that game from Santa Monica Studios though. I don't give a damn what the chat says. That game is so great. Like literally, it's the only game that ever made me like well up with tears in my eyes because how great it is. That game is so beautiful that I teared up during the newest game. I was like, this game is. I wrote Santa Monica Studios a couple weeks ago to let them know how great that game was. Truly, I said, just from a fan perspective, I emailed them. Did I get a response? I did get a response, and that response was exactly indicative of exactly why I love that game, because the response was just as heartfelt as my emailing them. And they were like, let me tell you something, like, you know, people have they have not gotten an email with that kind of sincerity of what a video game has done for them as far as emotionally. I go, this is a masterpiece, man. I was like, I was like, this, it was like a love letter to like God of War, man. You know what I mean? And for that, man, it can die in this tournament. But let me tell you something, man. That game is something special, man. I'm telling you, man. I've never seen its equal. Like, and then the thing about it makes it so great is eventually I think that game is so great they will kill off the moneymaker, which is Kratos. I think that game is so great they are going to eventually kill him off and move on in a different direction, which takes ridiculous amount of moxie. It's like killing Mario, and they're going to do it. I guarantee you they're gonna do it, and it might even be in this next game. So, man, God of War all day long, man. Twice on Sunday.
Can I ask you a question, Mac, real quick? Just sorry, Flo. You said it was the best game ever. Serious question. Do you almost get nervous about another one coming out and them not living up to what that last one was?
Never. And it's the first time I've ever felt like that about any game or movie or anything. When I knew the next one was coming out, I thought the third one was the last one. When I knew the fourth one was coming out, I looked at Heidi and said, Heidi, this is going to be the greatest game ever made. And it is the best game ever made is Mario, bar none. But my favorite game of all time is God of War. There's the difference between best and favorite. You know, like I know Mario's the greatest because anyone could pick it up at any age and just play it. That's why Mario is great to me. But God of War, from a video game perspective, I've never. This game is so great to me. I dragged out that game for a year, so it wouldn't end. A year, man. Like it was, man. That game, because like I said, that's the only time I've ever played a game that's not a game for me. That's like it's like an experience, man. Like when I turn that thing on and I play that game and I see what they do with the artistry and the creativity and like I said, the first game in history to ever do a continuous video game. Like it took them 10 years to do that. It's one game. It took them a decade to make a game, man. So no disrespect to Grand Theft Auto, but they'll never touch a game like that from a technical standpoint. But that's why it wins every game of the year. That's why it wins game of the year every time it comes out. And game of the year edition, PlayStation greatest hit is always going to win game of the year over games like Grand Theft Auto because it's perfect. 9.9, 10.0, 5-star. It's the most perfect game I've ever seen at its level ever. And everyone that copies up the third person kind of melee, they're getting it off of God of War from the original from PlayStation 2. So it's man, God of War, man. I don't know.
No, man, Streets of Rage back in the Genesis.
Bro, I love Streets of Rage, bro. That's my favorite game. That's my favorite game.
Yeah, that as well.
That's part of the reason why I love God of War. I'm telling you, part of the reason why I love it.
Are a genre that usually gets ignored a lot. But look,
beautiful game.
It looks like GTA is going to be a landslide. So I'm not gonna pile on. But I want to give you a story about God of War, and I felt like this should have been a lot closer than it should have. Back when I was a Lyft driver, because towns be hard in these streets. One of my drivers. I worked in Playa Vista, so one of my drivers was on that. He worked in that game, God of War 4. And in the video game industry, there's something called crunch, when the game has to ship, and you're working like a billion hours a day.
Yeah.
And I remember
no sleep.
Yeah, I picked this guy up at 11 o'clock in the morning. He had worked like a day and a half, and he piled into the back of my car. He was like, "Take me home." Like he was like Bruce Wayne, "Take me home." And I was like, "Hey, sir, are you okay? Do you need like a coffee or anything?" And he's like, "I'm on this game. I'm not supposed to say that, but it's God of War, the new one. It's killing us, but I got something special here, man. You should really play it when it comes out." And I was like, "I got an Xbox." He's like, "Well, I'm not saying to get a PS4 for this game, but just you should try. Ask a friend, because we put a lot of heart and soul into it." So I actually rented a PS4 for 3 days. I got like 2 hours in. So it was the time I set it up and downloaded it, I was like, I had to put it back. But no, the game is really that good. It is really next level what that is. But I do think GTA, even though the games have changed from top-down 3D, has always been about that wish fulfillment, us being that hardworking guy, immigrant, new to a new town, and found a way to get to the top. And that's something we can all see ourselves
through murder and destruction.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you don't be number one by playing by the rules. And is that called God of Peace anyway? Come on, man.
Yeah, but clearly God of War is fantasy.
Yeah,
GTA I could do tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford the bullets, why not? No, I'm just
You don't need a bullet. God of War, with GTA, you can get a knife and stab somebody 100 times.
I do not like playing that game before like going out for a drive, because it does give you a little bit of road, like you just want to like go over the car that like is in your way, like, and it looks like obviously you can't. Yeah.
I'm sure I can roll my eyes and be like, "Hey, this guy from England, Dan Houser, basically satirized American culture and put in his games."
It's a great game.
But who cares? Come on.
It perpetuates a lot of negative things, but it's cool, I guess.
I will say it's so hard to get forward in the games for GTA, because you always just find yourself going,
night.
How long can I just take on the world?
Sorry, we're saying good night to a little girl. Sorry.
Night, baby.
She's
like,
okay.
Good night.
For anybody that has not played that game I'm mentioning, please check it out.
Like I said, man, when it comes out every time, it's the biggest thing going in gaming. Whenever a new one comes out, it's the releases are the biggest thing that going.
The James Cameron film, brother. He takes a long time to make, but when they come out, they knock it out the park.
Yeah,
that game is so great. It was built as a sequel, and nobody even knew it. Like they built it in a 2-part. Yeah. Like Ragnarok was always the sequel, like because when you play the video game, like the worlds they have they're not, you can't access them. I'm like, why can't I access these worlds? And it's because they're connected to the second game coming out in 2021. I'm like, damn, this joint was built as a sequel. It's crazy, man. It's oh my god, man. Jeez, that game is ridiculous.
I know, it does make
what a damn love letter to the Santa Monica studios. They were like, "We really appreciate the love. We will send you a care package." I'm like,
when I was in business class, the one thing they says how you become a good citizen is to write a happy letter every year. And I never thought about that, but that's
interesting.
Like,
I did. I gave him some love. I showed him some love, man. Showed him some love.
God of War 3 is a little piece of my heart for the fact that in my it was like my European literature class. My teacher, she was like half retired, very old. She was like 100 years old, very cute. And we had to do a paper on a modern like day Greek tragedy. And I used the video game God of War 3, and I like gave her a little CD that I burned like some of the clips or whatever so she could watch it, and because we had to do a whole like chart and everything to prove that it was a Greek tragedy. And she was like, "What is this?" She was like,
game ever made.
Really old lady. She was like, "This was amazing. I mean, if this woman could have given me like 150% on my project, she would have, because she was like 100 plus. Like
the whole game, this dude
eBayed you, y'all.
The whole game is this dude being pissed off. This whole game, this dude kills Hermes, kills Helios, kills Hades.
Spoiler alert.
No, I know.
You ain't played God of 3 by yet.
That's
So
PlayStation
3 is the best
3.
one?
Well, I mean,
it's interesting. This new one's one of the best one I ever played.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, but I think the graphics got really better from God of War 2 to 3.
I just think how the hell they're gonna raise the bar for the new one? Like, oh, we'll just put
Yeah.
it. Now he's dealing with Norse
And then
guys.
3 to 4
Oh,
like
my
blew it
God.
out of the water too.
Oh my God!
They would just reskin Among Us and have it go.
Oh, God, it's so
You're an
good,
imposter, Kratos. All right.
So damn good, man.
I wouldn't accuse Kratos of anything. I don't care what.
Yeah.
He is terrifying. When I play him and they're like, yes. I said, oh, here we go.
Oh no! Battle music.
Like the trailer for Ragnarok, he's like, prepare yourself, boy. I'm like, oh, that's not dope.
That's after the game is like, when I walk this direction, the music changes. I don't know.
And I'm like, oh, going down. Anyway, shout out to good for Grand Theft Auto, man. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It's a great game. Man.
It's
I own
funny.
it.
The first one, yeah, we own it. The first one I played was
Beautiful.
actually 3. I played, GTA.
The new one is spectacular.
Yeah, and so with San Andreas, like all the
They're
little
all good.
Vice
They're
City
all-
or something,
shout-
right?
I think Red Dead is might be a hair better. A hair.
I like
Man.
Red Dead more.
Red Dead's cool.
I do,
I
yeah.
liked Bully back in the day.
Bully's
my
great.
My favorite GTAs are 5, Gay Tony, and then Vice City. Those 3.
Also, Vice City's incredible.
Yeah.
Vice City's so fun. The soundtrack's so fun too.
So what is next?
Next, we have streaming device. Amazon Fire Stick versus the Roku. Evan, what say you?
Gotta be Fire Stick, man. I'm a Apple TV guy. You see what
Oh,
I'm
I'm
saying?
sorry. Ooh.
I'm an Apple TV guy. You know what I mean? But I was like, you
Stone
know what?
brain over
Let's just you know what I mean? Let's just drift away from that a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that thing's $150 damn, man. And listen, man, that thing's $150, and that's an elite. That's like an elitist thing, man. That's a very expensive item, man. I go Amazon Fire Stick because of what you can do. The new 4K version is spicy as well. And listen, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but you can like reverse engineer those things and do all kinds of funky things to it. I'm just saying. I put the word on the street. The word on the street is you can do some things too.
Piracy is not a victimless crime, there, Matt.
I didn't say I like.
You wouldn't steal a car, would you?
I didn't say I did it. I'm just telling what you can do. Y'all over here endorsing murder and having sex with prostitutes. But anyway, but Kratos can't walk around and shoot an arrow. But listen, Amazon Fire Stick for Dylan. I feel you, Dylan Matthews, baby. I love Apple TV, man. But yeah, man, I gotta go Fire Stick just because it's all connected to my Amazon Prime, and I love Amazon. You know, y'all know how I feel about Amazon.
Cool.
So it's not much I need to say, man. It connects all my stuff, man. I just my one click, it connects to my Alexa. I'm like, yo, Alexa, boot thing. Yes, Evan, yo, order me this. She's like, all right. So like, you know what I mean? I gotta go Amazon Fire Stick, man.
Yo, Alexa's clutch, man.
She is that's boot thing too.
Go ahead,
Look, it's like this, man. I like them both. I've owned them both. The Roku though is a lot faster. A lot of the internal.
What the hell you mean faster?
Here's what I'm saying. How many times I'm gonna do the fire? There's the ones you or your friends have reverse engineered.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. No, we're cool. I'm saying if your friends reverse engineered one, try starting it up and clicking that app. It's that orange circle. Like, man, you can get a package from Amazon in time it takes to load up a video. Come on,
oh
man.
hell
like,
no, slander.
You deserve something better and faster.
Those
Roku's
packages
the
come
OG.
fast though.
Yeah, exactly. The Roku's the OG. A lot more channels aren't even on the Fire Stick or on the Roku, and trust me, they reverse engineered themselves, man. You can find things from Japan, from Turkey, from Rwanda, Botswana. Yeah, man, Roku all day.
Damn, never thought Rwanda would get reference on this show. Rwanda.
When it comes
they
to
had a troubled past, but that's neither here nor there.
yeah, now content's the way to go.
So I've had a Roku for years. I've used this Roku for years. I've watched TV on it for years, and it has given me nothing but trouble since the day I got it. I have to reinstall apps. It's always telling me to get like a new micro SD card. Like, who has micro SD cards that aren't photographers? This
Amazon Prime got it.
This thing
he bought his
is
in 1998. That's what he did.
I
He bought it.
kid you not, man. I said I had it for years. It's old. I've had it for a long time.
He's still having trouble with it.
Literally last night I was like, I'm getting a Fire Stick. I'm getting something else. This thing kills me. It drives me nuts all the time. Somehow I have apps I've never tried to download that suddenly pop up on their channels that I don't know what this channel is. Why is it on here? It's just a wreck. It's a mess. I don't know. I've never used a Fire Stick, but I'm already Team Amazon on this one. Roku has been just a burden.
Hold on. We've been on the show for an hour, and this guy buried Rokus and webcams. I'm gonna take his advice now. No, Roku all day.
Be nice to this man. He has a veto, man. Be nice.
Please.
Shout out to Monge, baby. Right in the bin. See, that's British for trash.
Yeah. I'm serious, man.
No, thanks,
I'm serious.
That's British trash.
I've been waiting to see. I've been waiting for this round because I've like I can't wait. Please say the Amazon Fire Stick's great, so I can go. You know what? I'm justified. I'm moving on. I'm getting a different one. Maybe an Apple TV. I don't know. Probably not an Apple TV.
Apple TV is unbelievable. It's just
Apple TV is
expensive, man.
And when it breaks, it breaks.
Yeah, let me talk to yo Apple. Apple. Let me tell you something. Why the hell did my Apple TV break?
Yeah,
why am I staring at this $150 paperweight right now? Why?
I got an iPad too with no apps on it for that.
It's very weird,
bro. I'm not happy for real, bro. That's
it's
$150, bro. That's $150. The first generation, the old ratchet one, still works.
Yeah,
but Apple won't let you update it with the new stuff. I'm like, really? So I can't even use my old one, guys. That Apple TV was expensive.
Apple products are like deals with the devil. Like at first, like, wow, this has everything. This is all I've ever dreamed of. Amazing. But then something happens and it's like, oh, that's the catch. That's how they got me. Whether it be like, oh, you've got to buy a bunch of new adapters for it to work with everything. Or things break and everyone's like.
We have adapters here. Yeah, for sure.
I think Fire Stick winning this, by the way.
Oh my gosh. He said Apple TV. Dylan Matthews says Apple TV.
$250 what?
And Australian. I'm like, hell no.
Money.
$250 Australian dollars. I'm gonna send you one for Christmas, mate, because that is way too much money.
What's the
what's the shipping's gonna be like $74?
$170.
I do forget. I think our dollar is worth more than their dollar, right? Still,
that's rare. If that's
that is rare. I'm like, they're a first world country.
Man,
so
our dollar, man, our dollar in Germany is like 67 cents.
Oh my gosh, Monch said other rivers are available.
No, listen, I'm only referencing the Thames or the whatever. We'll swim the English Channel, and the first one that makes it back.
You gotta live stream that, man. You eating Monge?
Yo, the thing about Monge, the thing about Monge is Monge thinks I'm joking, but when I make the London trip, I'm gonna make a video on the River Thames on the boat, me just yelling his name, and when he don't show up, he gonna look like a punk.
I will have to record it.
You're gonna live stream it. You're gonna find out Monge is actually like 7 feet tall.
I know. He's like, oh, I thought you wanted to meet up. I'm like, listen, man,
perpetual war paint on his.
I'm like, yo, I've gave him way too much time to prepare for this moment. Dear God, he's huge. Like I come back on the next tournament, I'm like, yo, man, Monge is so dope, man. What happened? Oh wow, because it still is a little bit more. It's still a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a little bit
more.
more. Because even with the taxes, it doesn't come out to 176.
All right. Well, Roku got one vote from Jay Kalinga.
That's all that matters to me.
Yes.
Jay Kalinga's being a hater tonight.
What? He bought a shirt for me. He's cool. Thanks,
he is though. That's my man. Many moons ago.
All right.
We had a class back in the day. How we really met, kind of truly met with this. His name is Professor Ijoma. He's from Nigeria. The most ridiculous teacher of all time. Really good teacher, but really ridiculous. Threatened to beat up a kid in the middle of class.
Well, yeah.
You can't do that, bro. He goes, you want to fight? You want to fight? The kid was like, what? He was like, what? Ask Jay, man. Jay was like, what?
It was funny if y'all like in your 30s.
And he walked out the class. He's like, no, I don't want to fight, man. Trust me, you don't want to fight some old Nigerian. You don't want to do that, man. No, you don't want them kind of problems, bro.
Beat the kids, yeah. Same thing growing up, man. If you ever get hit by a teacher and Malcolm Holmes was like, what'd you do to embarrass me? What? You know, that's what it
For
is,
real.
man.
Listen, man. Go ahead, man.
Wait.
Professor Ijomo, he doesn't. You don't want that smoke. I'm telling you.
Yeah, whenever an older person is ready to fight that quickly, don't mess with them.
Don't
'cause
mess with them.
They're a survivor. They don't. You don't get that old, ready to fight all the time that quickly without knowing what you're doing.
He was like, no joke. He be cutting promos. It's a geography class. He'd be like, you the Americans are weak. You guys are weak. He goes, the men in your country are weak. I said, because I used to be like, so this dude couldn't bother me, and my parents have prepared me for these kind of people for a long time. They just have, like, trust me. My mom got stories from when she was going to school. They would just listen. So I would always just be like, I said, what? I'd be like, how? I'll be like asking like legit questions. I said, Professor, show me why are we so weak? Like I would be like that. And he goes, let me tell you, because here in America, when the woman has a baby, the man runs away, and the woman takes care of the baby. In Africa, the men take the baby. I said, away from the mom? He's like, yes. He's like, yes. He's like, yes. There it is, little Jay. That was the quote. That was the exact quote. Yes.
I'll fight you in the trench.
Yes.
So this happened, and you and Jay were like, "Yo, we friends, right? We
No,
survived. we good,
Yeah.
right?"
That's like a horror movie. You never really
I
let
looked
anyone
across
alone.
at Jay like, Jay, is this really happening? He's like, bruh. And then the kid gets up and just like walks out of the class. I go, what the hell just happened? He's like, okay, now back to Antarctica. I'm like, no.
We're done.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. He goes, you the men of this country are weak. They are so weak. I'm like, damn.
I'd be like, yeah, he's got a point. I'm not standing up to that guy.
Oh, listen, Professor Joe, that was my best friend, boy. He gave me a pretty good grade. Hardest class of all time, too, by the way, his geography class. His geography tests literally were a blank map of the entire continent of Africa. You had to fill it all in.
I mean, I know what Egypt is.
Bruh. He gave a
My
blank map with arrows pointing to parts of Africa, mountain ranges and rivers, and you had to fill it all in. That was the test. Every continent. I go, damn.
Yeah. I would give up. Downtown Africa, uptown Africa, Africa Beach.
Hardest test ever. Hardest test ever. Oh my god! And it would be black and white. There's no help. He goes. It's obvious. The obvious which is pointing to. I go, Professor, no.
Wow.
Look.
You make fun of your test results.
Yeah.
He's unreal. He's unreal.
You still remember where everything is, though, huh?
Yep.
Oh, he's actually pretty good. We'll be like
In his defense, like because it's such a hard test. Like in his defense, I give him that. I know where a lot of places are in Africa.
Jack takes a side.
Africa.
Africa Beach.
Bro, that's how you do it. Listen, like, just phone it in. Just phone it in, man. I'm done. Yo, what's next? What's the next? Last one in the first round. What's next?
All right. Fashion designer.
Ooh.
I feel fancy. Okay. We have Chanel versus Calvin Klein.
Jack, you're fancy.
Fancy pants.
Yeah, so these are two things. Again, what's the point of this tournament? It's what we can't live without. And I look at these two things, and Chanel, it's fancy. There's a status.
Okay.
There's status to it, but I don't wear it. I don't use it. I could live without it.
Hell
Calvin Klein. I have a Calvin Klein jacket somewhere around here. I've worn Calvin Klein. It's in part of my life. So if I have to choose what I can and cannot live without, I can live without Chanel because I kind of live without it as is already. Done.
I agree with you because it's about what you can't live without. And listen, and Coco it's an institution, but nobody in my family could ever afford it. And my wife doesn't particularly like it, so I ain't got to come out of my wallet for Coco.
The only Chanel I've ever bought was
listen,
fake.
Barry King, where you been? You been quiet this whole time. You chiming in with Chanel.
Where'd you pop up?
Come on, Joelle, where you been at, baby?
Yeah, I've only bought fake Chanel in New York City. That's the only time I've ever
we've all got that's it. So like with Calvin Klein, truly, man, if I really could afford anything, like all my wardrobe would probably be Calvin Klein. I started noticing how great the material were and how great it fits and how like literally I like, oh my gosh, I love the style. I love the styles from the winter to the fall to the summer, like the blazers, the jackets, the shirts, the short sleeve. I'm like, wow, I kind of like the way they cut and how they are. And this is when I started getting really into fashion and paying attention to what looks good on me and stuff like that. And I started like popping the tags and it was always Calvin Klein. And I was like, damn, I would love to wear Calvin Klein more often, man. So that's really where it came from. Me kind of paying attention to. It's a great source of clothes if you want to look really stylish, but not pay as much as the Louis Vuitton, not pay as much as the Dolce and Gabbana or the Versace, which is my favorite of all time. Of course, Versace is my favorite of all time. But Lord, I'm telling you, a T-shirt is like $700. But listen, but if you want to look just as good for a lower price and still have quality clothes, Calvin Klein's the way you go, man. CK all day, baby. I feel you, Dylan Matthews.
Yeah, look, of the American Four, the big American Four, Calvin Klein was my second favorite. I grew up
I like that.
With Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis was like the one I used to like rock.
Perry Ellis was dope, yeah.
And I get it. I'm not knocking CK. I like
you better
CK.
not.
I don't own any Chanel personally. No, I don't think I would. I mean, even though there is a whole men brand, but like Coco was a statement. She really changed the game.
Coco's that chick, bro.
For designers, for women, the visual language of fashion. Yes. Number 5 commercials were events. They were like movies that were 30 seconds a piece.
They still put them on.
They still put them on. Not like White Diamonds. Remember Liz Taylor back in the day? But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Blue Bang. Number 5 was a whole different thing. And yeah, sometimes you wonder about like the staying power of a brand. Some brands that are hot back in the day kind of die out. Like, when's the last time I wore a FUBU? Man, I got clowned. I wore my best Pumas to a show last month. I like them. But you know what I'm saying? But Chanel has been able to be at that level, to compete at that high level for so long. When no one's really doubting the cut of cloth. No one's doubting its influence. I got to give it to Chanel, man.
No, you can't doubt the influence. Like I said, this is coming from a personal standpoint. Like now, if Heidi was a Chanel person, I'd be like, go cool, we got to get Chanel. But that's who would probably be wearing Chanel more than anybody, and she don't rock it. So I'm like, I'm good. I can live without Chanel when it comes to that regard. And I don't know, Dylan. I don't know if I'm gonna shout out Marky Mark, man, because Marky Mark good questionable history with the brothers, man. So I'm being nice because everybody, like every black person nowadays, since they like and hang out with him now, they like to pretend like he had this checkered past. But I ain't there.
You can't uncancel Mike Rappaport. You can't uncancel Mark Wahlberg.
Thank you very much. Listen, people like this is not the show for this because I didn't know where I'm at with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he's from Boston.
She know where I'm at.
Another reason why the Max will never wear a Tommy Hilfiger. I've never worn it.
So that leaves Ralph Lauren, and CK, Perry Ellis, Ralph Lauren, and Tommy Hilfiger. You're like not Tommy.
No.
Did you rock CK?
I would.
What about Ralph?
Yeah.
I don't put like this. I don't like a lot of Ralph's clothes. You know what I mean? Like I said with CK, like when I was at the store a couple days ago, I was like, damn, that shirt is crazy. It's just a regular old like a pastel like purple, but the CK was slim cut. I was like, this joint's cold, man. This joint's, and it's just CK. But then when I see Ralph Lauren with the polo, I'm like, it just doesn't. I don't need you. I don't need you throwing up on stuff on. I don't need to see emblems every time I put something on. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about CK. It's just. You know what? CK's like, you don't need to see CK on the front of my stuff. Unless it's some workout clothes or a couple t-shirts. Mostly they're dress clothes. CK's on the back. You know what I mean? You know you wearing CK. Everybody don't even know you wearing CK. No, we ain't shouting out Nautica, Johnny Utah. No.
RL has so many different brands. It's like RLX Sports.
This is Barry said, I want the high fashion girls.
And then I like her next thing was she said,
listen, we don't need this ain't rich. This ain't rich. Johnny Utah, full disclosure, I get my Calvin Klein at Ross, baby. That's discount, baby.
Listen, if Ross was a brand, I would wear it.
Ross, let me tell you something. You can take all your endorsements. Give me that Ross endorsement, man. I'd be good, man. I'd be good.
You know how in movies there's always like the rich politician that runs the town, but then you find out there's actually that underboss that pulls the string of the politician. That's Ross. Everyone thinks that all these big people run fashion.
It's Ross, baby.
It's Ross. Ross is the guy that walks in there and goes, no, this is my town.
Yesterday we just happened to walk in. We just happened to walk into a Ross because I wanted to get some like workout pants. You know, y'all know I'm my stretchy pants, man. Listen, so like I was in there and I was like, why the hell is there so many people in there at 6 o'clock? And I'm not saying it's happened. This is Ross. And I was like, something's weird, but we were like, whatever. And we were way back in the line. So then we get up to the coast of the front of the line. This one girl that works there, she's always there. She like freaked out. She was like, everybody that works at Ross, get over this line. Everybody that doesn't get on this line. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So we get up to the register, and the one girl was like, this is crazy. We happen to be in there the one time they do this every year. We didn't know this, where every Ross in America for the workers is 40% off plus whatever else it is. I was like, yo. So on top of all the prices that is low anyway, it was 40% off. That's what it was like wrapped around the block because they can get 40% off even the clearance items. I was like, yo, y'all do that for them? I was like, yeah, it's 1 day a year. She goes. Last year I called all. I wasn't fooling.
I want to wait. I want to.
Yo, Dylan, I'll take you out there, baby. I'll take you on a shopping spree, like Pretty Woman, baby.
The ones in Vegas, though, they know what's up. Shout out to Las Vegas. I want to say, man, I would have wished that they walk into Ross one day and those giant, like 20-foot posters, just this Mackie being like, "Hey,
Right.
sign the check."
They got the dopest clothes, man. They got put it like this. Ross is a place where if you're an elitist, you have to just swallow your pride because they have every single thing that all these big places have, but it's just discounted. They have everything. It's just it might be the different season or whatever, but it's every single thing you would get at a department store for less. So like if you just swallow your pride for a second, just walk in and you're like, oh my God.
It's not even swallowing your pride. I think at some point you're a dummy not to go there.
I agree. It's like Groupon, Jack.
You're not better because you spent money on stuff you didn't have to. Like all the stuff is there. Get it there. Get it cheaper. Get more of it. Ross should be in the tournament. Ross is winning everything. Everything.
Dude. All of us are on camera. We walk in there. We're like, I got $110.
Who's winning? Who's winning? I don't even know who's winning.
I know. I'm sorry. I got distracted by Ross. Okay.
You know who's not winning? It's Nautica. Nautica's not winning.
No.
Shout out to Nautica. Shout out to Nautica. Man, no.
LA Gear. British Knights.
Nautica's originally Nautica, but everything you make doesn't have to be shades of blue. Damn.
Serious.
That's on the boat.
Same with
I get it with the little sailboat.
It doesn't have to be the flag colors all the time. Like
damn,
okay, get it, America.
Get it.
Hey, no, members only, man. Come on.
Heidi,
let's do a Newlywed game test right now. Let's see how much Heidi knows her husband. Yeah, she'll get divorced if she don't know his answer. Here we go. So, what is the one ridiculous purchase I would make if I ever got rich? What is it?
Oh, the Rolls Royce.
Shame on you. She called it. She's right.
Yeah, you did say that at one point.
Yeah, Manchester Saturday.
Listen, that's right. What is the one thing I said I would buy that I don't know how to drive or even be a part of, but I would buy it and I would have it, and I probably would never get to use it, but I would use it.
Oh my gosh! See, I don't know. We've had
marriage in shambles.
You said a boat, right?
Yeah.
Is it a boat?
It's a yacht. Look at that.
Yeah. It is. She knows it's a yacht. She knows it's not a boat. She knows it's a yacht.
It's not a boat.
Jack, do you marry Evan now? How does this work?
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'll wait.
In her defense, I like a lot of stuff, man.
Yes, that's what I was like. Wait.
In her defense, I want that. I want this. I want that. I want this.
Hot take by Mac. I like a lot of stuff.
I like so many things. Wow. No, she knows how I feel about the yacht, though. I went yacht shopping for no reason. I can't even afford one. I started looking for a yacht. I was like, I wonder how much these cost. I was like, oh Lord, I'm a long way to go, man.
Well, he was like, honey, look, this one's not too bad. It was like $100,000. I was like, yeah, if we don't want a house, yeah, okay.
This is back in my past life, I used to handle loans and work in loans and banking. And things like that. I went to a boat show. I was working there trying to get people to get loans to buy boats. Man, what a waste of time. No one there can buy a boat. They're all just shopping, looking at nice boats. It was like the whole time I was like, what am I doing here? None of these people are going to get a loan to buy a boat.
That warms my heart. Everyone's just fronting everywhere.
Listen,
like,
Johnny
Utah. We're just lying to ourselves.
Johnny Utah, I'm telling you, man, if I could just buy a piece of that, I'd be very happy.
He would. Yeah, he totally. If you get 1% of Manchester United, he definitely.
I get tickets for life, man. That'd be great.
What do you think 1% of Man U is worth?
Oh my God,
200 million.
Like 10 billion, 10 million. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be calm about 1%. At least 100 mil. It gotta be right.
Yeah.
It's a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, and I hope I get to go, man, because you know how things are nowadays, man. My Old Trafford, man, and good God, but it's so crazy right now. Listen, you can. I was looking up. You can get loans and stuff like that.
Yes, you can get a mortgage for a yacht.
It's just so expensive. Like I said, it's an absurd purchase, man. It's so ridiculous.
Unless we're living on it.
I was looking at this $10 million one. It's like a damn. It's like it has a damn helipad on it. I was like, damn,
and elevators and stuff.
Yeah, an elevator on the damn. I said, damn, an elevator.
So I want to mortgage my yacht to go shop at Ross. USA. So dumb.
That's Johnny Utah. You know LeBron James. You do whatever you want. That's look at as far as football clubs go, hallowed franchises go. Liverpool is golden, man. You know what I mean? You'll never walk alone, Johnny Utah. And I know that's your squad, Johnny Utah. So I'll be nice tonight. So who won?
There were a few for Chanel, but Calvin Klein.
Ooh.
A valiant effort for Coco Chanel.
So
there were a few.
Shout out to Boot Man. I love Coco.
Yeah, I mean, I do love the bling, but like I said, I never bought like real Chanel because it's expensive. Like,
let's do the first one in round 2.
I want a brand
before we boogie. This is a good one.
I don't know. Evan definitely has a brand. Definitely Nike or if you have a brand, would it be Nike?
2XU, right? Aren't you a 2XU partner or whatever?
I'm team Nike now.
I got a pretty good. I did a good job with that, but I don't nothing partner wise. It's probably Nike, man. I love Nike than Under Armour. Yeah, I started in Baltimore, man. Shout out to Under Armour, man.
Chocolate City.
Come on, imagine Charm City, yeah. Imagine starting a mom and pop place in Baltimore and becoming a multi-billion-dollar like literally. But think about like who they were competing against to become a major player, man. I think that is something special. But shut up, Johnny.
I was being elementary school.
I like Fila. No, I love Fila. I used to get it's so
Fila was so cool back in the day.
The things I got clowned for back in the day because everyone knew it was cool. The things I get clowned for 2020. Now everybody rocking. I go interesting. Champion.
The Upper War champion.
That was at Kmart.
I wore champion. No, but you wear it now. Oh, now it's dope. I go, wait a minute. No, Champion's been the same.
I used to get made fun
Champion's been the same. They used to, what they used to dog me? Velcro shoes they used to dog me for. Now, 90% of basketball shoes have no laces.
As silly, and maybe this is just older guy talking, but as you grow up, you learn the brand has nothing to do with it. It's how you wear it and like who you are. Now I'm to a point. I'm not even a brand guy anymore. Now it's just like it's how I feel wearing it more than anything else. Mostly it's Nike, but it's
Dylan Matthews. 1% of Manchester United is 260. Is that 16 mil?
Wait. Oh, it's 165
mil. Yeah, it had to be up there.
Yeah. We said 100. We were a little bit down. You said 200, didn't you, Flobo?
Yeah,
that's 16. No, that's 16.
Yeah, Price is Right rules. You lost.
Yeah.
16.5 mil.
Oh, 16.5 mil. Yeah.
All right. I was close with 10 mil. I said 10 mil.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to BTS. They are the face of Fila. Yes, they are.
Oh.
Yes.
Manchester's worth 10 billion? Is my math right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Something like that.
I mean, I'm not.
It's almost a 200. It's almost a 200-year-old franchise. It's
just, I guess it'd be 16.5 billion because if 1% is 16.5 million.
Yeah.
That means
16.5 bill.
Yeah, 16.5 billion.
Jeez. I mean, it makes sense, but just when you actually think about it and like think about that amount, it's insane.
No, Kalenko, they were, but he couldn't stay healthy, man. He might have been able to save them and bring them into the forefront. But when you wore Fila's back in the day, trust me, you weren't cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I loved them. I loved them. They had those ones with the blue Velcro cover over them. It was like those white and black ones. See if I can find those. Those are pretty awesome. But what's the last ones we can get about it because LeBron's coming on.
The show is coming on.
Well, you already know. I be in my 3-piece business suit like Jack Farmer.
All right, Lazarus pick Spider-Man versus our old school Disney cartoon DuckTales. Bobo, take it.
Damn, these are all Mackie picks. I don't know. Wait, no, it was mine. All right.
Yep, yours.
Spider-Man. Hell yeah, Spider-Man. Look, I love DuckTales. I love the video game DuckTales from NES. If you haven't played that video game, it's emulators. One of the best of that series. Even the revival for DuckTales. I'm so glad they brought it back for the new generation. It kept some things the same, some things different. You can compare and contrast with nieces and nephews. But look, man, Spider-Man is like a starter Pokemon for comic book kids. You get Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and he has the opening. He's a gatekeeper. Understanding mythology, dual personalities, being something you're not. You know, every kid wanted to jump off their couches and chairs when mom wasn't home, pretend they was Spider-Man. That new game, they redid the guy's face, but it was dope. Come on, Spider-Man the PS4. I was that close to getting a PS4 because that game was next level. That's the one hero they want to see more of. No one ever was like, man, I'm just waiting for a Green Lantern movie, and Green Lantern's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Spider-Man, he's an institution. Gotta go with him, man. Peter Parker, Miles Morales. Gwen Stacy.
It's Spider-Man all day long, twice on Sunday. Spider-Man. I got very few tattoos I have of characters. He's one of them. Spider-Man was my favorite character growing up for many reasons. Like I said, people can say whatever they want to say, but Spider-Man was in the hood, man. He was in Queens. He was in the hood. Spider-Man was in the hood, man.
wasn't
When there
worse
wasn't
by
too many
Queens.
prominent black characters in comic books, man, that was my black guy. Spider-Man was broke.
It's true.
You know what I mean? That
Yep.
dude was in the hood.
Yep.
This the type of dude that could save your life and still wouldn't use it to become a. Can you imagine Spider-Man as a basketball player? Can you imagine? He'd be the greatest basketball player of all time. He's like, you know what I do?
Yeah.
No, I'll go home and take care of Aunt May. I'll do freelance work for J. Jonah Jameson, man. This dude is he's the quintessential hero. It's a beautiful thing, man. The wall crawler, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something
Basketball
about Wall.
player.
Can you imagine? He was like,
guys in
listen,
the barbershop, yo, man,
he's like-
Spider-Man small, be able to handle him, bro.
and the best
Get
part
him
about him
handled.
is he's walk
Big
on.
enough. They'd still be like, Skip Bayless would still be like, he's not big enough. He's got
Exactly. I did Johnny
Exactly.
Utah. I did Johnny Utah. And the crazy thing about it is he'd walk on, they'd be like, who is this dude? He can't play ball. He'd be like, and you know, and he'd do his thing. You know what I mean? So I go with Spider-Man for so many different reasons. How much I love the animated series, one of the most underrated animated series of all time. It follows the exact script of Spider-Man. Spider-Man on PS4 was the best game I've ever played after God of War. After God of War needed something to tide me over, and that came out. The PlayStation 5 is going to drop that Miles Morales, which looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it's going to connect and intertwine with the last game. Heidi watched me play Spider-Man from start to finish. It took guts to make a new storyline and reimagine Spider-Man, and that video game did that. It did a lot of the nods and the winks to the things we know in the comic, but it had the guts to be, you know what I mean? But it was like, nah, we're gonna do something a little bit different. It was great, man. Spider-Man he's an institution, man. The only person that I think, like I said, I think the only person that beat him was like, the Superman beat him. I think it was the only person that could beat Spider-Man. Yeah. So like he's great, man. I gotta go, Spidey. What about you, Jack Farmer?
We all love DuckTales. No one's arguing that. But the thing about Spider-Man, I'm with Spider-Man. I agree with you guys, and I'm just going to echo the thoughts. The thing I've always loved about Spider-Man, and I believe I've said this in previous tournaments, is what makes Spider-Man great is he's one of us. He's not some billionaire. He's a guy with a gig economy job, working as an independent contractor for a boss that hates him.
Wow.
He's not some super cool guy that can always pull all these chicks, though he always seems to. He's a nerd.
Bad chicks too. Alicia Hardy?
But he's a nerd. He's awkward. He's not this great person. He also didn't have some amazing mentor that trained him how to do all this. He's like a lot of us that just kind of has to find your way through these weird parts of life and figuring things out. No other character embodies us in that world more than Spider-Man does. And for me, I think that puts him past a DuckTales all day, every day.
Oh, crap. Spider-Man.
3 words, man.
Spider-Man
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Unreal.
Oh,
Unreal,
yeah.
man. That game is so special, man. Yeah, man. Spidey, man. Damn, he's going to be tough out.
Johnny shared a fun
Yeah, me?
Wow. Dude, I'm seeing a little Barry Mack in there, man. Look at that. He's like, look at that class.
That's for real, yeah. Yeah, they did like a very nice thing for the show today. Like a 1-year anniversary thing. They kind of fooled us and had our family members and loved ones send us like well wishes, and like everyone was like really sweet. And my dad came on and were like the most ghetto video message of all time. He had like 2 other like ghetto black dudes with him that I've known since I was young. They were like Evan, man, I appreciate you. 1 year celebration.
Hey.
He like, is this thing on? Is this thing on? I was like,
Please tell me he pitched the elderly wrestling.
And the thing that kills me is like that is going to get played like tomorrow.
Oh, bro.
He's like, Evan, hey, is this thing on, man? I was like, oh my God, man. Heaven's the Betsy.
Yes.
Heaven's the Murgatroyd.
My father-in-law sent it to me and said, is this good? I go, I can't hear this because Evan is next to me and he's not supposed to know that you have this.
It's like, this is
You've done this. Yes. I was like, so I listened to it later and I was like, oh my God.
He like, hey, everybody. My dad's like, yo, appreciate it. They'll be like, hey, nah, don't forget me. But anyways, man.
Always see this, yo. Check out tomorrow.
Yo,
morning, right?
Biff, what's up, baby? Them Steelers looking all right. Baby boy. You came late, man. The show was over, man. Where the hell was you at for the past hour?
Yes.
But love you, bro. Yeah, man. That I think that's Spider-Man in a runaway.
Yeah, he's a strong favorite, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna be dangerous. First of all,
Vesper of Evil has him winning the whole tournament.
That's a good one. She picked that early, didn't she? She picked that one early. Damn it, that gift card might be weaseling.
Oh,
his way up
Flobo,
to
you
me.
said DuckTales, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but he realized when the rubber met the road, he was like, you know what?
Yeah, I ain't dumb.
Yeah.
I lose a lot, but I ain't dumb.
Monj, appreciate you. Vesper, appreciate you.
We all do.
Jim, hello, Moto. Appreciate Dylan Matthews, of course. Dylan Matthews and Jack Farmer both have their vetoes intact. They have not used it. They're being very stingy, or they have a plan. It's one or the other. I am not so sure.
I want to know, Dylan, do you know when you're going to use it? Are you just waiting for
Dylan?
Do you know when? Is it in? Are you just waiting for the matchup to use it, or are you using your gut?
Ooh, Dylan, answer the question, Dylan.
Ooh, thing of the week.
I know. Wait, Dylan, we're waiting. We're waiting, Dylan. Answer. He's usually like right on it. He's like, just kidding, I left.
He's probably at work being like, I can't even talk right now. What are y'all? Oh, so he can call it. When I called my veto week before, y'all said I was a hater. And the image of the no veto.
Okay,
but
listen,
Dylan's like, oh, he's smart.
Vesper has posed this before. We've heard this before.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's try to nip this in the butter right now. Let's get a vote. Because
whoever says it
real
first.
thoughts on this. So Vesper says, what happens in a double veto? Now I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Let's get this out of the way finally, once and for all. Should something happen in a case of a double veto? Should it remain what we say and nothing, or should something happen? Because a couple people have asked this, and I'm curious. Can you veto a veto? Is the question.
I feel like you can only veto once. You have this. People have chosen, and that's moving on, and you stopped it. So you can't stop a stop. Right?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Block.
Okay, good, bro. We're all in agreement. So once
whoever says it first, too, like basically, if you can't, got it.
Look at Dylan Matthews says, I know where I'm using it.
He's like, I know.
I'm so curious.
Coming back.
I'm so curious where this is going. Where Dylan's going to use his.
Oh, man.
Yo, appreciate all y'all for watching, man. We'll be back next week, guys. I'm curious to see. We're probably gonna finish it out if we can. I'm very excited to see. Man, Spider-Man is gonna be a tough out, man. We just held a vote, Jake Kalenko. Jake, look, I'm way too close. I know where you.
We do too much voting on this show. We just need to.
If Jake Kalenko wasn't a God-fearing arms holder, I would have more beef with him. But he is strapped like Rambo.
Yo, your list, man. Monj, you're gonna go to
I don't want
Utah's
smoke.
house.
There's a couple people I don't want to smoke from. Liz, I'll tell you right now, boy, that boy Jake Kalenko, boy, he got a treasure trove. But
if it's legal, it's cool.
Wait a minute. If I think what's gonna happen,
if it's not legal, I'm not stopping
the world. Now remember, Dylan Matthews, you cannot use it in the final round. Any round except the last,
the second and third. So you have 2 more rounds. You can use it. That's it.
Oh my God! You can use it. You can even use it in the semis to push something to the finals, but you can't use it in the finals.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna shock the world. Oh man, soon, man. I wish the Village Cafe was open, brother. But yeah, soon, brother. I will. I promise, man. Seriously, because I miss Maryland. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Vesper Evil, appreciate you, boo. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate all y'all. Next Tuesday, come in next Tuesday, man. It's gonna get hot, get spicy. Hopefully, I can bring on a special guest. I'm working on something crispy.
Ooh.
Somebody from downtown Africa.
That's a lie. Don't listen to this man. He's lying.
From downtown Africa.
Downtown Africa.
That boy got a slingshot. He got a slingshot with a scope.
Like K-Town. Let's go to A-Town.
Love y'all, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Little piece chicken grease, a hot cone.